So, it's official. Daniel Ricciardo's time as a V-carb race driver is over, with the Australian set to make way for Liam Lawson, who will take the seat from the next Grand Prix in Austin. The move by Red Bull Chiefs to swap out the Honey Badger for the Kiwi will bring an end to the racing relationship that began some 15 years ago, before the Aussie Charger even arrived on the Formula One grid. Ricciardo got his chance with the Red Bull family as a test and reserve driver back in 2009, before he was loaned out to make his full F1 debut with HRT in 2011. 2 seasons with Toro Rosso followed, before he hit the big time with a promotion to Red Bull in 2014, and immediately proved he was right at home at the front of the grid. At his magical debut for the senior team, the Melbourne crowd were treated to a brilliant race from the home hero, who crossed the line in P2, just behind Nico Rosberg's Mercedes.
Roars of appreciation for Rosberg. They are going to be drowned out, though, by this young man from Perth. It's Daniel Ricciardo for Australia, for Red Bull, comes home to take second place.
Although he was later disqualified for a technical issue with his car, his drive marked him out as a talent to watch. More podiums soon followed, and soon he was standing on the very top step.
Daniel Ricciardo becomes a new winner in Formula One.
You've won the Canadian Grand Prix. Well done, your first win.
Wow. Awesome, really good. It's now sinking in. This sport is so rewarding when you get the result, and it makes up for how many other races of heartache or along the years. But to get my first race now, it's, I'm sure it won't be the last.
He was a winner in his first year with the team, and he didn't stop there. Hungary, Belgium, Malaysia, Azerbaijan, China, and then redemption in Monaco.
Today in Monte Carlo, it's redemption day for Daniel Ricciardo. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
Holy tomorrow. Redemption.
He stands on top of the halo. And that's an image I think you'll see in your morning papers as well.
The champagne flowed, usually in his own unique, shoey style. Ricciardo had forced his way to the front of Formula One.
Down the inside, Daniel Ricciardo, that is a sensational move again.
But a new force was emerging at Red Bull, and after 3 seasons alongside rising star Max Verstappen, Ricciardo shocked the F1 world and jumped ship for Renault.
Daniel Ricciardo gives Renault their first podium since Malaysia in 2011.
Holy mac and cheese balls. That's another podium.
There were a handful of podiums, but soon he was on the move again, this time to McLaren.
To arrive here on the eve of the start of the season prepared, so I'm actually very happy to be here and quite calm and relaxed at the moment.
He left Red Bull, he went to Renault, he's gone to McLaren. It's McLaren and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah! He won! But he did it! And for anyone who thought I left, I never left.
Despite an opportunistic win over teammate Lando Norris in Monza, Ricciardo struggled to consistently extract the performance his teammate could from the McLaren, the team opting to sign impressive Aussie youngster Oscar Piastri as his replacement.
The news that we'd been waiting for confirmation that Oscar Piastri will be a McLaren driver in 2023 and 24.
Certainly not the news I want to share or the outcome I wanted. We kind of just got to a point where it was what felt like a little bit of a dead end, and we'd kind of exhausted as much as we could.
The Honey Badger was out of the drive and needed a new home. He was adamant that he needed to take a year off to reset himself, to find the passion he'd been missing at McLaren.
Yeah, starting to question it more and more. The view of 23, and then it just became more and more clear that I do want the time off, and just to truly love it, to the level it should be. It should be overflowing with love, not brimming, overflowing, and that's what I want to get back.
However, he chose to grab the best view available in the paddock and return to the place he'd enjoyed the most success. It wasn't a race seat, but he was back in the Red Bull fold as a reserve driver. From the sidelines, he watched the team crush the opposition as he waited for his chance. He got it in the summer of 2023, when AlphaTauri dropped Nick de Vries, and suddenly, Ricciardo was back on the grid. A broken hand just 2 races into his comeback stalled his progress. And this time, he had to watch as Red Bull junior Liam Lawson took his seat for 4 races. He reclaimed the seat for the final 5 of 2023, with P7 in Mexico his first points finish of the year.
Part of me is happy to go on a break to kind of just prepare for a full season, but I would also like to continue racing.
2024, however, has not been easy, but there have been highlights.
It's been a defiant drive for Daniel Ricciardo. Takes 4th place for their best result in any race format this year.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Woo!
And as it turned out, last weekend's Grand Prix was his last for the team he first represented more than a decade ago. A Singapore swan song for the man with a smile as wide as the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So what next for the Honey Badger? He could yet be snapped up by another team, perhaps in a reserve driver role, and there are plenty of other racing series that would love to have Ricciardo competing in their ranks. Or perhaps he'll simply hang up his helmet and enjoy life back on his farm in Australia. If this is the end of his Formula One story, he walks away as a winner of 8 Grand Prix, and as one of the most popular and exciting drivers ever to grace the sport. A ruthless and super quick competitor who, in his own words, was always ready to lick the stamp and send it when it came to his trademark overtaking moves.
Down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo. What a move from the Australian.
He leaves F1 with enough magical memories to keep his legions of fans smiling for years to come.